Apple introduced the brand new Apple Intelligence on iOS 18. But how do these AI features compare to the likes of Samsung's AI, Apple's biggest competitor? Let's have a writing and language AI look at the writing capabilities or the writing assistant tools and see how they differ. Apple has made writing tools system-wide on the Mac and into iOS. So on your iPhone, they show that you can do everything from rewrite a whole email for a message into a new one. You can change your message. Say if it looks a bit aggressive, you can make it more friendly and polite, or you can change it to professional. You can even get it proofread too before you send it off, which is really cool. And you can also make your messages or notes into bullet points, or even summarize your whole kind of message, or even put it into a table, for example. The other cool option is you can ask Siri right there and then to change something. So you could ask Siri to translate your whole summarized message into another language, for example. The key part of it is that this is system-wide, and it will also work on third-party apps too. But comparing this to Samsung's Note Assist, for example, you can summarize notes in the Notes app, or you can have your notes rewritten just like Apple's AI. But then in Messages, you can also do the same thing and change your messages to be more professional or more fun. Or again, you can get your messages to short turn. Then you can even have your audio notes changed into text too. Samsung also has the ability to translate your messages right there and then in the Messages app. Or you can set AI to translate a message coming into you to be translated into your native language. You can also have your audio transcribed into notes too. But Emojis and Stickers AI, moving on, let's have a look then at Emojis and Stickers next. Of all, first with Apple. With Emojis, they have shown us GenAI-Emojis. What allows you for instant generations of emojis to be made that do not exist in your emoji list. Right now, the demo here showed us that you can make anything random, like a dinosaur in a tutu on a surfboard, and you can even pick the style and how you want it to look, and then send it on, which is really, really cool. You can even make your own pictures in the new image playground, where you can just put in a few keywords. Again, the sample here was a party, a cat, and chef. And you can get lots of results. With those results, you can pick from animation to illustration, or even sketch what is awesome and then send on those pictures to whoever you want. There is even the new Image 1 capability too. And this is, say if you had a sketch in your notes or you had a drawing and you want to make that into an image, this can be achieved with the image playground, or even get that Image 1 to work out from your notes what you've been talking about. And an image to be made based on this. What is awesome too? Samsung, on the other hand, has photo emoji that can just make your photos into stickers to send to others on Messages. There doesn't seem to be any sort of photo or emoji creation tool here, so based on this, I think Apple's gonna win here personally. But next to photo editing AI, let's move on to photo editing and changing your photos the way you want it. And for me, this is a key what I love to fiddle around with, like to change around my photos and put filters on and things like this. So let's have a look at the AI capabilities here. Sadly, with Apple Intelligence, it did not seem like too many features in AI were added. It seems like we can remove unwanted people objects in our photos, but to be honest, that's about it. There was the new movie slideshow Memory Maker, what is quite awesome, where Apple Intelligence can make a movie slideshow on what you ask Siri to make out of your photos and your small clip videos now for Samsung. You do not have that Memory Maker feature, but the AI on photo editing is quite cool. You can remove people objects like Apple can, but you can do so much more. You can actually move people objects around in your photos if you want to. There's also the reflection removal tool. If you have a reflection on a window, say this can just disappear. Then for videos, where you can actually make any video into slow motion. So Samsung can add in frames to make a video into slow-mo. What is really awesome, then for the actual zoom capabilities on both of these phones. Right now, Samsung does a far better job here. Even if you set both these phones to 25 times digital zoom, what's the maximum you can get on an iPhone 15 Pro Max from the 5 times optical zoom on the iPhone? And the S24 Ultra also has a 5-time optical zoom. And let's say you can actually push that up to 25 times zoom too. You get a far clearer picture out of that 25 times zoom on the Samsung. And obviously, the little party trick, what you get with Samsung too, is you can go all the way up to a 100 times zoom on this one for AI photo editing. Samsung wins hands down. So next is the Siri and Assistance. Let's talk about assistance on both of these phones now on Apple Intelligence. Siri looks to have been totally revamped. You could do everything from asking on the homepage to find someone in your photos wearing pink, for example, and then asking Siri to make the picture pop straight afterwards. You can even ask for complex scenarios like what time does my mom come in from the airport and how long would it take to get there? And all of this can be worked out where Siri can actually dig through all your files and things like this, your emails and knowing your location, and work all of this out for you. You can even ask Siri anything on your screen, and it will look up the query that you ask. The cool thing is that this can work on ChatGPT for questions like, what plants would good on my decking here? You also have the Translate tool again, what is super handy to use within Siri. And then also you can ask like Safari to summarize a web page. If you want to do that too on Samsung too, has AI tools built into certain apps, so for example, translation is available. And my favorite from Samsung is the ability to make a phone call and your voice can be translated to make a dinner reservation, for example. And this works both ways. Then Samsung also has the cool circle to search option, like asking Siri about something on the screen, but it is using Google this time. And to be honest with the circle option, it can be a little bit more accurate to me. This is a super close one in my opinion. But I think Apple may have just topped this one, especially like that airport scenario, where it can actually search through your emails and all your photos, and it can search through like your location and things like this and work out what you want to do. I think that tops Samsung just a little bit more here.